Hello, guys. And if there's by some chance lady out there, probably not very likely. Anyways, but my Husqvarna 55, in order to change the crank seals on it, on the clutch side, the oiler, it has this worm gear set up. Now, this is not from my Husqvarna. This is from my Poland 330 that I'm turning into the bad boy, or yeah, the Benford bad boy. Anyways, we've got to be able to pull this gear off of the PTO shaft. And in order to do that, I'm sure they make a special tool, whatever. But I was watching somebody's video. I think it's the guy Olson is his last name. But he was the one that mentioned that it's actually half-inch national pipe thread. So I went to the hardware store and I got a plethora of fittings. This right here is a half-inch to three-quarter, or actually be a three-quarter to half-inch bale reducer. I had different thoughts, but this is what I came up with. All right. Actually, no, it's not a half-inch to three-quarter. This is a half-inch to three-eighths bale reducer. All right, so this is what I figured out was going to be the very best thing for me to do. And I'm going to show you what's going on. Okie dokie. So this is what I have decided to do. All right, I'm going to take the bale reducer. The bale reducer will screw onto the PTO shaft onto the actual worm gear. Whoop, 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 like that, right? Now, to be clear, this is not actually half-inch national pipe thread, but it will work good enough to pull it off. These aren't on there all that tight, and so this will be fine. Half-inch national pipe thread works well. So, like I said, this is from a Poland. And what I'm actually building this for is a Husqvarna 55. The way I got this off was I took this and I put it on there, and then I just took a screwdriver and I pried it off. It popped off, and that was simple enough. And that's fine if you want to do something like that, but I like to do things really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this close nipple. This is a 3/8 inch close nipple, right? And I'm going to take this quarter 20 nut, and I am going to weld it on right there. Actually, I'm going to braze it, right? So here's how we are going to set this up. Got my quarter 20 bolt. Put my nut on there. And I actually have some brazing. Try and get that as straight as you can. I have this this big fender washer on here, specifically in case any of the brazing goes down underneath. I don't want it to get on my the head of my bolt. So we're going to set that up right like that. Hold on to it. All right. Now I'm going to set up the torch. Well, actually, I already got it set up. So. If you guys are on the Facebook Marketplace like I am, all the time, right? And the stuff that I look up is, very much chainsaws, old cars, tools, stuff like that, right? So if you're like me, then you've probably seen the advertisement for this. It's clearly like some, made in China type of product, whatever, and it's supposed to, be able to braze anything. So this is my first time using it. I'm using a turbo torch setup, which is not by any means a real nice setup, but I'm not going to get out my big torch for this. Should work fine. There we go. It's getting red hot there. It doesn't flow very nice. This is not the best stuff in the world to use. You can tell that right away. Yeah, this stuff is really not not ideal. Yeah, I don't know what you can tell, but I don't know. Typical product that's supposed to be able to be used on anything and doesn't work really well on nothing, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna try and heat this up real good so that it'll hopefully flow a little bit better and smoothen out, but I don't think it's going to. Oh well, that's about as good as we're gonna be able to get it. And if it fails, we'll just weld it properly. This right here is an exercise in how well does this stuff work? Because I'm sure you're interested. I know I've looked for years for some sort of product that I could braze with. It worked well. And so this is what Bodie does. Bodie does stuff like this. Then he takes it outside. I've actually got, this is an outdoor shower unit. In the summertime, man, it is nice. Yep, I just put the picture in your head of Bodie naked. Alright. So we're going to take this now and we're going to go see how it works. Look at that. It already broke off. Broke off before I even used it. I was just getting a new bolt in there and broke off. So that stuff is shit. Okay, I'm done fooling around here. So this is a little trick I learned back in the day. Put it in a vise. And I'll shove that nut right in there. All right, backing it off. There we go. That right there is probably good enough, but I'm going to put a couple tack welds on there. The good thing about doing it like this is the vise ensures that it actually goes in straight and everything, so it's really nice. But yeah, so now just a couple tacks. Cool. All right, so here we are. Oh, look at the craftsmanship. That's amazing. All right, so all it is a 1/2 to 3/8 bale reducer. The 1/2 inch end goes onto your oiler worm gear. You have a 3/8 inch close nipple and a 1/4 nut welded to it, sloppy like. And you take your 1/4 bolt, get it started, all right? Put it on. All right. Now, I'll run that all the way down till it touches the crankshaft. There we go. Hold that still. Okay. There we go. Oh, boy, it is on there kind of tight. Oh, but there it goes. There it is. There's your worm gear. Pretty slick. And it cost me, I mean, I spent like $10 because I bought 7 or 8 fittings. I don't know. And I wanted to figure out what would be the best for you guys, really. So, anyways, there you go. Now, whenever I put this back on, the way I understand it, is all I really have to do is heat it up a little bit and it'll fall right in place. And so that's what I'll do. I'll take my turbo torch and just get it a little bit warm, pick it up with a set of pliers, and it'll probably fall all the way down as far as it needs to. All right. So, there you go. Cool.